Hello everyone, Studmaster J from Geriatric Punk here. Apocalypse Nova episode 6. Yeah, let's check it out. Doing some painting, getting ready to do some tires.
Alright, so the color I went with is sage green. And yep, doing the spoof can. So what we're doing here is just Scotch Brighten the old paint and primer, and then wiping it down with acetone. Usually works pretty well for me. Working on my spray painting technique. If you watch how guys in a paint booth run a spray gun, you can kind of emulate what they're doing with your little spray can there. Get some pretty good results, I think. I mean, I'm still, and I ran out of paint. This is just the first coat. Mostly I just wanted to get the rims done because I want to get some new tires on the rims and get her down on the ground finally. I'm really excited to get her on the ground and off the jack stands. Motor's still running good. The old $200 cam swap 350 is running good. And I've been robbing stuff off of some other cars in the backyard. I got the alternator on there. Racing aluminum radiator fit in there perfectly. I've got the stock shroud on there. Running the Holly Demon carburetor, which, it's not like a full race setup or anything like a Demon carburetor. It's just kind of a quadrajet replacement. And I've been really, money's been really tight lately. So with the exhaust, I put some, they call them log manifolds. They're what they used on like 80s Camaros. I really like them because it's like really easy access to the spark plugs and stuff. And all I had to buy for those were the collectors that bolt onto them, which that can be a lot of fun trying to find that. But I just had to go with a generic 2-inch. I got a generic 2-inch, and then basically you just need a 45, and I welded 2 1/4 to the 2-inch because the actual flange for 2-inch is 2 1/4, so it's basically a butt-to-butt weld. And I was too poor to buy exhaust pipe, so I've been scavenging from the stuff I got. So I got the collectors on there. I got a 90 degree and a 45 on there, and then the Monza I had a long time ago, which a lot of the parts are coming from it that are going into this. It was a V8 at one time, and it had purple nurples on it. And so we got the old purple nurples, rusty purple nurples on there. And so far the exhaust is about the middle of the door, so hopefully law enforcement won't go through the trouble of ever looking under there. They'll be having me add some. So generally law enforcement requires that your exhaust is past the back of the door there. That's why a lot of people will run kickouts in front of the tires. But yeah, sage green. Well, you can see that white underneath there on the camera. Like I say, and I'm going with gloss. Gloss will show a lot of the imperfections more, but gloss has more of the good stuff that allows the paint to stick and stay on there, but so basically we're just doing the gloss because it'll live longer. Full race wiring setup there. We got the alternator hooked on, and that's it. We haven't got no lights or nothing going yet. I am toying with the idea of trailer lights mounted to my tube bumper. I don't know, this whole project has a lot a lot to do with, you know, making people that restore vehicles properly cringe. I think that'll have a pretty good cringe factor at the car show. Actually, I think most people will laugh and have a good time with it. Yeah. It reminds me of, you know, camouflage painting your AR, kind of applying the same thing. I don't know if I'm going to go full camo on this. I think I might just stick with the sage green, but, you know, you just put every bit of, you know, it's not something that has any rules. You don't have to, you know, be real particular. You don't have to remove all your hardware, making it not so labor intensive and making it not cost a lot, and just having a good time. That's what she's all about.
is a ground dragger. Can't even get out of the driveway without high centering it. Look at that shit. And 2 inches off the ground there. That sucks. Cheaped out on the tires, lowered it another inch. And that's all. That's stock straight 6 springs with a V8 in it. It was so colorful over here. See that stuff out here a little better. The speedometer is hooked up but does not work. Racing fuel cell in there.